I remember after one of my talks in one college campus where I was talking about yoga and how the function of yoga is to unite waking consciousness to the source of consciousness. Now, in our thinking normally, we think of consciousness as being a product of the brain, but that's not the way the Orient thinks. The brain is a product of consciousness. It's a vehicle and instrument of consciousness. Consciousness is what produces it. And I remember one professor asked me afterwards, what do you mean by consciousness? Well, he had the idea it all start up here. I said, well, I dare say you're speaking of consciousness as something that comes from the human brain, but I said it goes much deeper than that. For instance, have you ever seen a polo game? He said, yes. Would you say that the horse was conscious of the game? Well, yes. How about a dog, a hunter's dog? Is he conscious of what the hell? Oh, yeah. All right. Well, let's get down to caterpillars, you know? And how about plants? Are they conscious of where the sun is? Is that why all of the... Well, he hadn't thought of it that way. And so I took a coin out of my pocket and I said, I'll bet you this coin knows just where the ground is. Now, that's Schopenhauer. The will informs all of nature. All things are Buddha things. And a manifestation of consciousness on the purely physical level is gravity. On the plant level, it's heliotropism, the plants turning to the sun and so forth. There's a consciousness there.
Schopenhauer's idea was that an ever-present energy, what he called the will, underlies and unifies all things, while the mind sees only division, that is, Kant's categories of thought.